Cyrilla, you are the lion cub of Sintra.
Why do you think she's not safe?
I saw an army, a sea of black and gold.
Nilfgaard will destroy everything.
They're here. This is why they came. The world depends on it.
Bring me the girl alive.
I have to find Geralt of Rivia.
We can stop Nilfgaard.
I will personally defeat them.
Join us. Why would I protect this? I want to be powerful.
I will take the girl, protect her, and bring her back unharmed.
Do not tell me that this is finally the moment you've decided to actually care about someone other than yourself.
Don't touch Roach.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Giorgio, your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, and I am back for another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the Witcher Netflix final trailer, because as you guys know, the show will be debuting next week, I believe. So on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I just saw the trailer for it, and you know, it's really, really cool, you know, just seeing some of the, you know, other different story types that we're going to be, you know, experiencing there. And I think, you know, at the end, we had saw this dude next to Geralt, and I'm hoping that that's his friend Dandelion or whatever. That might be him, you know. And the good thing about this show, you guys, there's going to be a lot of people who aren't familiar with some of the stuff that's going on in The Witcher. And I think that's what makes this show so special, is we all can learn about this show. I mean, we can all learn about this franchise, you know, because from everything that I've learned so far, it's based on the books, not the video games. So I think what this show is going to do is it's going to introduce us to some of the, you know, to all of the characters, what their roles are, and some of the early, you know, the early adventures of their life. And we're going to find out a lot about their character traits. And as you guys been seeing in these little individual trailers, especially one like this one that you guys just saw in this video, you know, we're gonna find out, you know, how Geralt got his powers, some of his hardships, and some of the struggles he has to go through, as well as Yennefer, you know, because wow, if you look, you know, at her introduction trailer, she went through a whole lot before she got the power and everything that she has. So you kind of can understand why Yennefer is the way she is. And Ciri has had a very rough life so far, based off what we've seen. And of course, you know, I played the Witcher 3 game. Really great thing. And it's mainly like a what if type of story for the Witcher 3. You know, Geralt's already the Witcher. He's done had a lot of experience in that particular game. So I'm going into this series, you know, with an open heart, an open mind to learn more about these characters. And I think that they're going to do a pretty good job of telling the story behind Geralt, Yennefer, Ciri, and some of these other characters as well. And I hope that it does really well. I encourage you all to watch it. And that way, you know, we can all have some conversations. I'll definitely do some reviews on it if you guys want me to. You know, it looks like it's going to be so much fun, especially the battles that Geralt's going to have with the monsters and some of the other, you know, crazy ass people in the Witcher universe. And there's also a video of Geralt reading some of the material from the Witcher books. So I'm gonna put that footage at the end of this video so you all can see that, and let me know what you think of that. I would love it if Henry Cavill had like a YouTube channel or something where he reads fantasy novels or something like that. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? So, yeah, you know, I just had to tell you guys about that, share my excitement of this, you know, show. Let me know, what are you looking forward to the most from the Witcher Netflix series, and, let's just have fun with it. Anyways, this is Giorgio, your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, and I will catch you in the next video. Make sure you have the notification bells checked. Share my videos so that more people can find out about my channel. I will catch you in the comment section below. Peace out.
Good evening. My name is Henry Cavill and I play Geralt of Rivia in Netflix's new series, The Witcher. I'm here to take you back to where we first met The Witcher, this book, The Last Wish. Let's begin, shall we? As usual, cats and children noticed him first. A striped tomcat sleeping on a sun-warmed stack of wood shuddered, raised his round head, pulled back his ears, hissed, and bolted off into the nettles. 3-year-old Dragomir, Fisherman Trigla's son, who was sitting on the hut's threshold, doing his best to make dirtier an already dirty shirt, started to scream as he fixed his tearful eyes on the passing rider. The Witcher rode slowly, without trying to overtake the hay cart obstructing the road. A laden donkey trotted behind him, stretching its neck and constantly pulling the cord tied to the Witcher's pommel tight. In addition to the usual bags, the long-eared animal was lugging a large shape, wrapped in a saddlecloth on its back. The gray-white flanks of the ass were covered with black streaks of dried blood. The stranger was not old, but his hair was almost entirely white. Beneath his coat, he wore a worn leather jerkin laced up at the neck and shoulders. As he took off his coat, those around him noticed that he carried a sword. Not something unusual in itself. Nearly every man in Wizim carried a weapon, but no one carried a sword strapped to his back as if it were a bow or a quiver. The stranger did not sit at the table with the few other guests. He remained standing at the counter, piercing the innkeeper with his gaze. He drew from the tankard. "We'll give you a hand," the pockmarked man hissed. He knocked the tankard from the stranger's hand and simultaneously grabbed him by the shoulder, dug his fingers into the leather strap which ran diagonally across the outrider's chest. One of the men behind him raised a fist to strike. The outsider curled up on the spot, throwing the pockmarked man off balance. The sword hissed in its sheath and glistened briefly in the dim light. The place seethed. There was a scream, and one of the few remaining customers tumbled towards the exit. A chair fell with a crash, and earthenware smacked horribly against the floor. The innkeeper, his lips trembling, looked at the horribly slashed face of the pocked man, who, clinging with his fingers to the edge of the counter, was slowly sinking from sight. The other two were lying on the floor, one motionless, the other writhing and convulsing in a dark, spreading puddle. A woman's hysterical scream vibrated in the air, piercing the ears as the innkeeper shuddered, caught his breath, and vomited. The stranger retreated toward the wall, tense and alert. He held the sword in both hands, sweeping the blade through the air. No one moved. Terror, like cold mud, was clear on their faces, paralyzing limbs and blocking throats. 3 guards rushed into the tavern with thuds and clangs. They must have been close by. They had truncheons wound with leather straps at the ready, but at the sight of the corpses, drew their swords. The Rivian pressed his back against the wall, and with his left hand, pulled a dagger from his boot. "Throw that down," one of the guards yelled with a trembling voice. "Throw that down, you thug, you're coming with us." A second guard kicked aside the table between himself and the Rivian. "Go get the men, Tresca," he shouted to the third guard, who had stayed closer to the door. "No need," said the stranger, lowering his sword. "I'll come by myself." "You'll go, you son of a bitch, on the end of a rope," yelled the trembling guard. "Throw that sword down or I'll smash your head in." The Rivian straightened, He quickly pinned his blade under his left arm and with his right hand raised towards the guard, swiftly drew a complicated sign in the air. The clout nails which studded his tunic from wrists to elbow flashed. The guards drew back, shielding their faces with their arms. One of the customers sprang up while another darted at the door. The woman screamed again, wild, an ear-splitting. "I'll come by myself," repeated the stranger in his resounding, metallic voice. "And the three of you will go in front of me. Take me to the Castellan. I don't know the way." "Yes, sir," mumbled the guard, dropping his head. He made towards the exit, looking around tentatively. The other two guards followed him out backward, hastily. The stranger followed in their tracks, sheathing his sword and dagger. As they passed the tables, the remaining customers hid their faces from the dangerous stranger. And there you have it. It's not easy being a Witcher. Trust me, I'd know. You'd think people would be a little more grateful when you save them from monsters.
Thank you for joining me for this reading. But as you know, Geralt's adventure is just beginning.